Tēnā i te whānau, Nebula, Malo, kia orana, and welcome back to another art lesson. And look what I have here. I've got quite a few different foods, some kai from my pantry and my fridge, my fruit bowl. Some of it's real, some of it's not. As part of our daily diary, we keep building on our recent lessons, and it's all part of ko whānau. Who am I? Do you remember a few lessons ago when we were drawing things from life? We were drawing our taonga. I drew mine and I had my son pop in and he drew some of his. And you drew some at home, which of course you sent in. It was great to see those. So of course kai is another taonga. And it is a thing to be grateful for, especially when someone makes you a delicious meal. I hope you say thank you each time. Yeah, grateful for the kai that is provided to us every day. So today we're going to celebrate food as a taonga, and I'd like to call this lesson What's for Dinner. You could change that to what's for breakfast, or what's for lunch, or what's my snack. And the food that you draw could be real, could be what you're eating today, or it could be made up. It could be imaginary food, something that you would really like to eat, or it could be some food from a memory that you have. Maybe thinking back to a birthday cake or some special celebration that kai was an important part of that event. And it's an important part of ko whānau because we use food for special occasions, but it also sustains us every day. Talk to someone in your whānau about what your favourite food is, what your favourite meal is, or your favourite memory where kai has been an important part of that event. I've got an artist to show you today. He's another well-known New Zealand artist, Nigel Brown. It's quite a big awkward book here that I've got. And you can see in this picture that he's painted, it's from a table series. Don't want to knock my cup of tea over. Let me just move that out of the way. And you can see a whānau sitting around their table, which reminds me of the use of perspective. I remember in previous lessons we've looked at the word perspective, tirohia. So that's one of our key words that we might be using today. Another look at some key words for today. Of course, we've got drawing, he tāngia pikatia, to draw a picture. Design, whakahoahoa, we might need to design a layout for our work today. Perspective, just what we've been talking about, tirohia. And three-dimensional, ahuturu, that might come in, so keep an eye out for those words today. Just put this out of the way. So I wonder what you're going to make today. I've got a few ideas to share with you. And remember that if you're into photography, you might like to take photographs of food, or you could even take a photograph like Nigel Brown's painting that I showed you just before of your whānau sitting and eating. But I hope you're looking a bit happier in your picture than they were in theirs. See what you can come up with. So today we're going to look at a few ways of doing some drawings. The first one, I just looked at a simple kumara because I thought that the shape was really interesting. And for this one, I have done a single line drawing around. I used my eye looking around the kumara. You could use anything in your house, a taro, a pineapple, whatever you have that you think looks like an interesting shape. Ahuahanga, shape. The second drawing I've organised. I did these before the show just so that I could show you what direction you might head in. So you could use just a simple object. I've used a capsicum here. I also found I had some lovely watercolour pencils that I could use, and you can just use them like a regular drawing pencil, shading, and then once you add water you can create a watercolour effect and get softer tones that way. So that's what I've done with my single capsicum. You might like to group your kai together and create more of a still life arrangement like we did with the taonga. So for that you'd need to design your composition. Whakahoahoa. Remember, if you are drawing things like tin cans, they're a round object even though they're flat on the top and the bottom. So remember, you need to draw an ellipse at the top, and then if you can see the base, you would use the same curved line so that the can is coming out, well, gives you the illusion that it's coming out towards you to create that ahutoru, that three-dimensional aspect of that drawing. My next one is a little bit more abstract, and it's where I've collaged some labels together. I've done these in strips to create a strip design, whakahoahoa. I've got one left here that I can glue down. You might like to find different labels from foods. Remember, if you're taking them off tin cans, please ask whoever's in charge at your house, because you don't want to get into trouble for delabeling the cans and then they don't know what's in the can. So just be careful about taking labels off. Ask first is your best policy. So you could create a collage composition just looking at the foods, or maybe after you've used some tins of food you could then peel the label off and use that for your collage. Now that reminds me of another picture that I did for you that are interested in photography. So I took a simple photograph of my cup of tea that I've been enjoying today, and I ran it through some different filters, as you can see here. And then I decided, following on from last lesson when we repeated patterns, that I would put them through an app that I can create repeated patterns inside that app. So this one is more of a square grid format, and this one has cut it up diagonally. So I thought that that might be of interest to some of you. Now, I love cake. I wonder if anyone else has cake as one of their favourite foods. I also love sushi and pizza, but I really do love my fruit and veg too, and that's what I eat most of. And so I'd like to show you some of the ahutoru, the three-dimensional artworks from Rangatahi at Maikura, where we looked at using recycled materials to create works based on food. So you can see there's some lovely piece of cake here, and there's quite a few examples of sushi. A lot of kids in my class liked sushi, and a lovely big pizza here. Beautiful work, and I look forward to doing more work with students in my classroom once we get back to school. So just looking at those, you know, you could use a whole variety of materials for your artwork today. One other thing you could do, and this might be quite good if you are new at school, just maybe 5 years old, this could be an easy way that you could do a food drawing. I might turn my page that way. So I've just got a little plate here, and what you could do is draw around your plate. Voila, you've got a plate. Then you could look at that other circle, drawing that inside there. We could get our knives and forks, and we could, oh, mine are quite big for the paper, we could trace around those. You might need to just fill in some of the gaps, because my pencil's too thick to get on that, on those little bits in the fork. Do the same with the knife, and then you could draw a snack or maybe some of your favourite food on your plate. So today we've remembered and celebrated kai as a taonga that we can share, and I hope that the range of activities that I've given you will stir some of your creativity, and you'll be able to come up with either your own way of making a kai based artwork, or you could do something similar to me if you have the same materials. So when you are happy with it, send it in. I would love to see it. You can text a picture to the Daily Diary 5811, or the web information for sending an email with photos is info@hltv.co.nz. So all the best for your creativity, celebrating kai. Remember to talk to the whānau about what your favourite food is. Even ask them for help if you need help with your drawing. Collaboration, plenty of artists do that. So we encourage you to do that if you need that help as well. See you next time. Ka kite manuia.